welcome to Overdrive Rumored Knives, or Overdrive RWK. Welcome back if you're a subscriber. In today's video I'm going to be giving you top tips if you're planning to start a metal band in 2025. Right, the first one is, first starting out, you're looking for your band members. Maybe you've got some friends you're starting a band with and you're just looking for a drummer or something like that. Well, it's important to make sure that you find the right person. So where do you find these people? 100% I would first start with posting on Facebook. It's definitely a good way to start. I found band members through Facebook. There's going to be a lot of I've done in this video. So sometimes you might have a mutual friend who knows someone that also wants to start a band, but you're not seeing their posts or anything because you're not friends with them. Also, you can use band advert sites. I know there's a few around. Bandmix. For the UK in particular, I think Join My Band is very helpful. There's loads of ads on there and it's split by county, so that helps a lot. Being able to find someone that's in your area or nearby, or maybe you don't mind travelling. Maybe you're looking for a band and you can just go on there and scroll through the ads, reply to things you like and see how it goes. Right, number two, when you've got your band together and you're looking to just check everyone out and have a chat, I'd first of all make sure that your plans and your schedules align well. They don't have to align exactly, but like you can all pick one day a week or 2 days a week or one day a month, depending on how quick you want to progress, that you can rehearse. Having weird schedules, we've had this before in the past where schedules don't line up and it makes practicing very awkward and hard, and sometimes you're only practicing once a month or once every 2 months, which isn't ideal at all when you first start out. So that was a quick one. Number three, rehearse regularly, especially when you first get together. I think it's important, especially if you don't know each other too well, to spend a lot of time together, gel, because it shows on stage if a band are comfortable with each other. If the band aren't comfortable with each other and you're an audience member watching, it can become very, very, very obvious that you're all a bit awkward and not well rehearsed. And it also helps the band sound tight, especially if you're all playing to a click track, which might come at a later stage. Or if you're just playing covers. Obviously if the band's not tight, it's going to look awkward and it's going to sound shit. The next tip, I think I've mentioned this before on a previous video, but if you're using your own equipment in the rehearsal room, try and get it all to sound good in the rehearsal room. It's very important in your early stages when you're playing pubs and bars that don't have mics, PAs or sound guys, that your guitar tones and bass tones not align perfectly, but like sound good. Like it's weird when you've got a bass tone that's really mid-range and just clanging through the mix, like clang, 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 clang. And then there's a guitar tone that's just totally lost. It really sets you apart from the other local bands if you sound good without a sound man, especially when you don't have one. It's just going to make people go, wow, they sound really fucking good. Whereas other bands, people might be like, I can't hear the guitars, I can't hear the bass, the drums are too loud, the guitars aren't loud enough, the vocalist is mumbling into a microphone. You don't want that. You want to stand out from the crowd and start the year as a band really well. The next tip's Battle of the Band competitions. Some people might think they're a bit cheesy. They're a really good way to network with local promoters and other musicians. It's a great way to network, help build an audience with people that are there to watch the other bands, and maybe some of your friends might watch the other bands and like them. So it's a great way to build a community around your band and start ramping up the hype. I'd like to do a special tip for Metal to the Masses. This is, I think it's more of a Europe thing now, but it's mainly was a UK thing. So Metal to the Masses is the Battle of the Bands competition for Bloodstock. Bloodstock Festival in the UK being probably the best metal festival around at the moment. Enter Metal to the Masses. Even if you don't think you're going to win, just do it. If you're not good enough, do it. Speaking from personal experience, it's an amazing opportunity to meet other bands that you might want to gig with as well, and make friends. You get to meet a lot of local promoters, which could help you get gigs. You can impress the local promoters and get booked on more gigs. That's happened to us. And also, the prize at the end, playing the Bloodstock New Blood stage, was honestly one of the best days of my life. That much that my mum and dad got a photo of me from that gig, printed it out and put it in a frame for me. So it was an amazing experience. The whole thing from start to finish, doing the heats, doing the final. It's good miles on the road for obviously learning to deal with more professional like gig running scenarios where you've only got really tight changeovers, because at Bloodstock you only get 15 minutes I believe to get your stuff on and set up and go, and then that's it, you're playing now on the new Blood stage. They do really good, depending on your area. I think most of them are pretty good now, but they do really good social media coverage to a rather large following, and then Bloodstock pick up on the Metal to the Masses as well, and they'll share stuff, so your band's getting shared across a huge audience of all the festival goers. And even if you don't win the first time, it took us 3 times to win. We just kept coming back and back like a bad smell. Each time we played, we learned things and progressed as a band more and more, and picked up tips from last time and picked up tips from the bands that we'd been with, and everything just got better over the 3 years to the point where we actually won. And it's a good story, and perseverance pays off. Keep persevering. If you don't win, try again. The next one, social media. This might be a big one because it's quite a broad subject. Make sure you've got a Facebook page. Make sure you post on that Facebook page when your gigs are. Make sure you post stuff on your social medias. For me, the way I work it is Facebook is a bit more serious. So you're posting your gigs. I'll be recording some clips of you recording clips of gigs. These are when the gigs are. This song's being recorded, this song's being released. Instagram, kind of similar. Instagram stories, you can post some funny stuff on there too. I wouldn't put any I find it myself quite cringy when bands are putting on their Facebook pages like silly jokes and stuff. So kind of try and keep your band pages semi-seriously. If you want to do stupid stuff, keep that for TikTok. TikTok loves that shit. That's another one that probably I'm not too clued up on either, really, TikTok. I'm not a big fan of TikTok, and I just find the content that people post quite vapid and nonsensical, and doesn't really help promote the band. If you like TikTok and you like doing that stuff, that's fair enough to do it. Book your own gigs, not like as in go out and look for gigs, but say there's a pub in town, you can say, oh, I want to play a gig there, or a venue or something. Set up the gig and promote it and sell tickets or whatever on your own. It's a really good experience in that sort of side of being in a band, is understanding what promoters have to go through dealing with other bands, because a lot of time I think promoters get a bit of a tough rap with being heads to bands, and some of them are. Some promoters are heads. Some of them aren't, but it can be quite a difficult job, especially if you're dealing with venues which can sometimes be unreliable, not booking your date, and then you go message the venue on Facebook, hi, our gig's next week, we just want to know any information, blah blah blah, and they go, oh wait, what? And then there's no gig because they forgot to book you and they've booked something else on, like a party or something, I don't know. But yeah, definitely get into setting up your own gigs, promoting your own gigs, getting posters made. If you're on someone else's gig, normally they deal with the posters and you just have to share it on Facebook and stuff, but that's not too bad. But definitely look at booking your own gigs when you've got a headlineable set list. The way we did it in Running with Knives is our first gig was a headline gig that we booked ourselves, and we booked the support bands, we paid the venue hire, paid for a sound person, and that went really well. Even though the audience was mainly just family and friends of band members and the other band members, we still managed to almost fill like 100 capacity room, it felt really good because we were on stage and there was loads of people. It felt really cool, and we also used that gig as a good opportunity to, which is also a separate tip in itself really, if you do put on your own gig, use that gig as an opportunity to get people with cameras to take photos. I mean, yeah, actual cameras. Phone photos are good, but actual cameras, we got photos, videos, we also got the sound from the sound desk recorded, and then we mixed that, and that were our very early releases, which you now can't find because I've took them all down. We had a bunch of live versions of our songs just to put on Spotify. Next one, as soon as your songs are ready, record them. Don't record them straight away, maybe play them a few times. This is a big thing with my band, we've lacked quite a lot in recording, and now we're kind of trying to catch up, but definitely record your music and release it when it's ready. and take the time to release it properly. There's loads of videos on YouTube about releasing music on Spotify, and that's not really my area of expertise, so I'm not going to go too much into that, but definitely release the music sooner rather than later, so then when people are looking to book you for gigs, or you're looking to expand your horizons ever so slightly, maybe next year, there is something for people to listen to. We've had an issue with not recording any music for like 2 years, and then still getting gigs and stuff just off the name of the band, and I think it was like more like reputation over sound quality. And we did have a lot of videos out, which did help. We were more of a we've got live videos, watch these live videos sort of band. Because I think a live video is more like representative of the product that you will deliver when you're at the gig. So record your music, definitely, 100%. Don't neglect that like we did. Don't make that mistake. Band photos. As soon as your band is formed and everyone is ready, get together with your band, whether that be at rehearsal or outside rehearsal. Sometimes it's better to have a separate meeting outside of your rehearsal for the business stuff. Organise a day to get some photos done, whether they don't have to be amazing. If you've got a mate that has a nice camera, or you've got some money to spend and you want to pay a photographer, get together, do some band photos. Do not do them against a brick wall, for the love of God. Do not do that. Everyone's done that. I've done that in the past, and it's just like one of the things where everyone's up against the brick wall like this, and it's just not good. It just looks rubbish. Try and be different. Try and think of some new things. Make sure you're all you've got a band look as well. Like, you don't have to be in uniforms. You don't have to look like Slipknot. You don't have to all wear one red jumpsuit and masks. But make sure you've got something different, or you at least look like a band. One of my biggest problems is when I go and watch bands is, yeah, the music is good, but part of a band, for me at least, is that the people in the band look like they're in a band, and they've got almost some sort of rock star sort of vibe or look going on. And it's not for everyone. Some bands aren't like that and they do really well. I think especially in metal, you've got to look like you're in a band. One guy in Nike shorts, the other guy's in black skinny jeans. The drummer's got no clothes on because he's the drummer, and then the singer's in a shirt and smart trousers. That looks weird. I've seen stuff like that before, and it just, I don't know, it just like, you want to be able to walk into the venue, or a member of the public who's coming to see you walk into the venue and be able to go, I think they're the band because they look like a band. Malevolence, they don't look like your typical metal band, but they have got like style. They're styled in a way, and they all fit into that style. So they look like they're in the same band when they're on the stage. They might look like they're just wearing like Nikes and shit, but when they're on the stage, they all look like they're in the same band, not your blokes in Nikes and then you've got your geezer in a denim cut off with patches on and a BC Rich thinking he's Kerry King with a massive porcupine wristband. So that's all I can come up with for now. If you think I've missed anything, make sure to leave a comment below for any tips for anyone else. There's definitely loads of things that can be spoke about this, but I think a good follow on from this video would be watching my first video, which was the tech tips for new bands, which goes over more technical aspects to do with gear and stuff like that. Band logo. You want to get a band logo sorted as soon as you've got the band name. You want a band name and then a band logo. Band names can be anything from one word to something funny that you heard that make a good band name. You don't have to rush to get a band name, but make sure you're all agreed on the band name, and also make sure that when you say this is the band name, that no one tries to claim it as their specific idea. Otherwise, if you do become big famous, and that person leaves the band, then they can obviously start filing lawsuits and copyright things and say, I come up with a band name, it's my idea, they need to change name. Following on from that, a band logo. Your band logo wants to, well, represent your band really. Like if you're a heavy band, make your logo look heavy. If you're a deathcore band or a death metal band, throw a load of twigs on the floor, make them resemble your band name, and then take a picture. The way I like to do band logos is you have the band logo. So we are Running with Knives. We've got a logo, and then we have an abbreviated version, RWK, which is a small logo, and that works really well for social media and branding purposes, because obviously on our Facebook page, if we want, on our YouTube channel, we can have Running with Knives as the header, and then the little photo can be the RWK, and then you can stick that abbreviated logo on merch, all sorts of stuff. Like we've got t-shirts now that have the RWK here, and then the name on the back, kind of like this Silosis one. See, big S there for Silosis, and then on the back, I'm not going to turn around, but the band name, it looks cool, it looks professional, especially on your pages and your websites and all that stuff. Start an EPK. An EPK stands for Electronic Press Kit. Nowadays they are really just websites. I'll show you our EPK now, but as you can see, it's just a small little website. We use Wix. It's easy, dead easy to make. It doesn't have to be anything incredibly fantastic and amazing, but it's just got like a bit of information on the band, some text, some photos of the band, and some music, and then like contacts. So that way, if someone wants to find out about your band that's a promoter and they're asking you a question like, oh, can you send us your information, what's the band like, you can just say, here's our EPK, and everything's there, photos, information, music, and they can see it all in one place. So thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this, remember to comment, subscribe, like, all that bit that I have to say at the end of everything, because YouTube. Yeah, see you next time.